This is probably one of the hardest fall-offs that a tower has ever seen in Bloons DD6, and I'm talking about the bottom pad Mermonkey. So with the release of the bottom pad Mermonkey, I mean, that thing debuted as probably one of the most busted towers to ever be launched in BDD6, and Ninja Kiwi has been working really hard to fix that in the past couple of updates. So if I remember correctly, the first thing that they did is they increased the price by a lot. It was almost like doubling the price of the Symphonic Resonance upgrade. Then they increased the trance cooldown from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. Then they made it unable to pull BFBs, and then finally they reduced the detonation damage from 500 to 125. This has caused a huge re-rating of this tower, where it previously used to be S tier just in version 45, and now version 49, which is the current one, we are sitting at C tier. Now here's the thing with this tower, this is a support tower, and as a support tower it's likely not gonna be, you know, I guess the main hero of this video, but in order to try and see how good it is, I'm gonna try and defend using only this left side, and we're gonna try and combine it with what the bottom pad Mermonkey is actually good at, which is damage over time effects. So first things first, this round 15, I'm gonna buy the Glaive Ricochet, and I think we're gonna be going for two main towers, which are, I think, the best towers to combine with the bottom pad Mermonkey and the Symphonic Resonance. The first one is the Glaive Lord, and the second one is the Bloon Solver. Are you guys still using the bottom pad Mermonkey, by the way? We have the money for the Alluring Melody, so I think we can buy it. Actually, we're gonna need some decamo for round 33, and that's one of the things that this guy does. He actually removes camo from Bloons. But are you guys using this tower? I don't know, it's been kind of a mixed bag for me. Me personally, no. And I actually tested this after they removed the ability for this guy to pull BFBs, and I thought it wasn't so bad. I mean, it was obviously a huge nerf, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't so bad. But I feel like this tower has taken such a big hit that, well, I guess it's nerfed by a lot, but the thing that they achieved is basically that this thing is no longer OP for the price. So let's go like this. Let me place the glue over here. This is gonna be let's start off with a 302, and let's actually save a little bit of money. I think once you buy the Dissolver, this thing gets like +1 Pierce. Yeah, there we go. So it's really not good, but we don't exactly need the Pierce as much versus round like this one, because the Boomer should be able to clean it up. How is the decamo doing, by the way? Because this is our only camo and decamo, so as long as we, yeah, there we go. We just, yeah, as long as the Bloons are in the Alluring Melody, as long as the cooldown doesn't miss them, we should be fine versus these early camo Bloons. By the way, you guys remember how I showed you the screenshot of this guy's price being increased on the Symphonic Resonance, which was actually at this point a very long time ago? Well, now it's 8.2k, and it used to be about 4 point something, and where I'm going with this is that we would have had the money to buy it to basically spin around the round 40 Moab with its previous price. So here's what we're gonna do. These guys, obviously, all of them, like, basically suck versus Moab class Bloons. So we can buy the Liquefire, so first things first, I'm gonna try and defend it like this. I guess Quincy's gonna have to help us out a little bit, but even if this Moab pops, like, I don't think we are defending the ceramics by using Quincy. I'm gonna use the level 3 ability, but no, this is not gonna be enough. Okay, so here's the plan then. I'm just gonna buy something like a 130 Moab Shredder. I don't think I'm gonna be upgrading this thing too much. I only want it for like these early Moab class Bloons, and that's about it. And as long as we get to the ceramics, like, this glue is gonna take care of them. Yeah, there we go. It wasn't even close. Yeah, this Dissolver is actually really good, by the way, because they gave it a lot of extra attacks with a couple of updates ago. So as a standalone tower, he's actually pretty decent, but I think you want to go for the 320 crosspath. Alright, more camo. So 42, is our decamo tower gonna work, or are we gonna have to buy the village? So I'm gonna need the Alluring Melody right now, and then just don't stop. I think it's like one more behind this guy, and that should be it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's doing the thing, guys. He's actually defending, but we're not doing that well versus the small Bloons now. So let's go like this. The money's kind of tight. We have $2,000. We're gonna stabilize onto these 40s, so I don't think that money's gonna be an issue up until 49. Actually, defending is not gonna be an issue up until 49. So let's kind of work towards the tower that we're gonna need. Alright, so 49, I'm eyeing the Symphonic Resonance as soon as possible, because we're just not gonna be able to defend the 50s at all, as you guys saw. So I think we want to buy this thing, and then after the Symphonic Resonance, I know it's kind of a weird purchase, but it's gonna work well, I think, versus the 50s, because we just want to buy a little bit of time. Actually, let me move the totem a little bit here onto this island. Oh, actually, maybe a little bit closer to our boys on the right side. Have it like this. And I think we're just going for a couple of, you know, cheap village upgrades that are gonna have like outsized value for us. We have a Moab incoming. Actually, there we go. We get it sucked in. It actually pops really fast. Yeah, once you get the Liquefire, even though it's like a 402, this thing is really good. So let's buff our boys. Let's go for something like this. Keep it as a 220. Do we go for the middle path? Probably not, but let's chill for a second. Alright, so let's go like this. Let's buy the primary training. We're gonna have a couple of mob class moons here on 57 and 58, and if we survive those, we should be fine, I'm pretty sure. This is actually a combo of towers. It's really good versus like these ceramic rounds, but versus mob class balloons, let's see how we do. That was 2x2 mobs. I think we're actually doing kind of fine. Yeah, the Shredder is not gonna be able to do anything versus these guys, but now that the glue is a lot stronger, I think it pops like it does, yeah, 10 damage every second. Yeah, this guy's working actually as intended, because you don't see, you know, these more difficult balloons in the mid game, so I don't think we're gonna have any issues until we reach Free Blaze. So let's see how we do versus 63. Is the Boomer gonna hold? We have no Alchemist or anything like that. We should change that. You guys are not gonna believe how much of a difference this single Alchemist is gonna make, because it's not gonna be close this time around. Yeah, look at this thing. Yep, look at just the Boomer go at it. I mean, we do have the wrong crosspath on the glue. This is the 402, but once we buy the Solver, it's gonna be a different story. So yeah, just like the third wave getting eliminated, no problem. If you guys are wondering why these mob class balloons are getting popped instantly as soon as they get sucked in, it's because the DOT from the Bloon Liquifier is getting triggered like almost instantly from this guy. So that's why it's such a great combo. And once we get both of these guys going, like the Glaive Lord and the Solver, that's gonna be a lot of damage getting triggered instantly. But the threshold did get reduced to 125 at least on the Symphonic Resonance. So we might actually want to go for the final harmonic into like the 90s if we have the money for it. And you guys can see why this was OP on like BFBs and everything like that, right? But let's get it going. Another, as soon as they get sucked in, come on, dude, it's not even funny. All right, so 75, here's the plan. We do have the money for the Bloon Solver, so I'm gonna buy it. We're gonna get a lot of DOT now from this guy. And I'll just take a look at how fast these guys, I mean, it's still limited to like 125 damage of the DOT that can get prog, but it's like the Solver itself does do a lot more damage than usual, right? So it's gonna be a different story for sure now that we have this guy. Yeah, that's a very, very fast pop. We're gonna need to get the final harmonic. We're actually gonna have the money for this thing. Do we want to get it? I kind of wanted to show off the Symphonic Resonance and test it, but let's actually buy it, you know, towards the ultra late game of the 90s, I was thinking. All right, let's bomb some BFBs. So we're gonna need the Alluring Melody to, well, it's not the Alluring Melody, but it's basically the Symphonic Resonance, but I think the effect is called Allure. So, oh yeah, look at this thing. As soon as the little song starts, everyone gets bombed. That is so good, actually. Okay, I want to watch A2 for a specific reason. I'm not sure if we can defend this one, not versus these non-45 ones, but versus the 45 ones that come in behind them. We're not having any issue dealing with the small balloons. I think the Solver damage over time is enough, but let's see how we're gonna do versus these guys. Are they gonna leak? No, they're still not gonna leak, actually. The Solver seems to, oh, wait a minute, some blues making on the top side. You guys know what, if we would have been able to pull in BFBs, that would not have happened like ever. But it's gonna be interesting to see how this thing scales into like the late 80s and then the early 90s for sure, because I think we are, if we dealt with those 45 BFBs, then we're likely gonna deal with everything that the 80s have. Actually, hold that thought. ZOMGs. Wait a minute, is this gonna be the time where these nerfs are actually gonna start impacting us bigly? Because I feel like we should have been able to beat this round. Oh no, wait a minute, let's move the totem here on the right side then. Oh, I should have been a little bit quicker, because you have to destroy it first and then you can move it. Is Quincy gonna defend? Oh no, we're not defending really. Let's try and have the totem like this here on the right side, so as soon as these BFBs pop, then can we help these guys a little bit? Like if I throw in like Quincy's level 10, it's not gonna do a lot of damage, but oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so suck these guys in. We need the Pierce. Oh my god, one of them. I used Quincy's level 3 ability, so we did suck in the first ones, and then we need to just get the pop onto these BFBs, and hopefully we can pull in all of the inside. That's a lot of insides that we're gonna have to pull. Okay, we're going. It's actually going. Oh no, it got them as well. That was really good at the end. Guys, I don't think 87 is happening. I feel like we have to buy a tower, because this is just not gonna work. So let's buy the Glaive Lord then, and the DOT from the Glaive Lord. I think we are actually doing a good job, and I think this was a good map selection and placement selection, so that we're just on the edge that these guys, we know that they can beat the rounds, right? It's just that the Symphonic Resonance is gonna make the final difference, I feel like. And then I do want to buy the final harmonic, but I want to wait a second. So look at this thing. We even got the Glaive Lord, and these guys are still making it a little bit farther than I would have liked them to, but it's definitely a little bit easier. Alright, so the 90s. We have stabilized a little bit with the Glaive Lord, but let's see how we're gonna do versus these 90s. So the first DTs, obviously it's only 3, so no problems versus them. 91 should be an easy round, because it's just like these BFBs, they're not even 45, so even if we didn't have the Symphonic Resonance, I think both of these guys have it, no problem. Yeah, there we go, not even close. combos. And it seems like we've gotten the money for the final harmonic, but let's actually not buy it for a second. Let's try and wait a little bit. Let's see where the limit is for the symphonic resonance. We are going to be able to pull in ZOMGs, and then the DOT limit is going to get increased to 500 damage. So that's going to be very, very useful for both of our towers, but let's just kind of see where they actually lose. So 92 these ZOMGs, making it far. So we're kind of reaching the end of where we can pop ZOMGs. More DTs on this one, and let's see how we're going to do. We're actually going to suck all of them we got, and yeah, we got all of them. And the second that they enter the, I guess, the trance and the symphonic resonance, then it's pretty much game over for them. And I think we're going to clean out these guys no problem as well. Yeah, there we go. And now we're going to like these big boy rounds. So how are we going to do versus these ZOMGs is the most important question. Are these ZOMGs actually going to leak? I hope the answer is no. Can we do something about this? I mean, I see some of these guys on the other side, so let's actually do it like this. Let's move the totem the same way we did for a couple of rounds back. Let's have it here on the right side, so we're sucking in these mob class ones, because it's a kind of a late pop onto the ZOMGs and the BFBs. The good thing is that, again, the second that they get, you know, sucked in, they actually get popped quite fast because of these DOT effects. But as long as we don't get this guy like on cooldown, we should be fine. We're sucking in all of them. There we go. Yeah, I think moving it to the right side was a good idea for that round. So I removed the totem again. I'm gonna center the aura around the Mermonkey for this one. I just want to have the totem ready in case we need to intervene. And how is everything looking? There is gonna be a downtime around 95 where just the aura is not gonna work, and we just need to make sure that we beat the DTs while that's ongoing, which is right now. Okay, so still going, and there we go. We get it back, and you gotta tell that it's back because it's decaling DTs as well, and we hold some of them. It's on the downtime again, but we seem to have popped them. There we go. All right, I mean, Symphonic Resonance still doing a little bit of work, guys, for sure. It's definitely not as good as it used to be, because I'm pretty sure that if it was able to pull in BFBs, we might have been able to go pretty far by using the Bloons solver. Obviously, it's not going to be able to pop ZOMGs, but like BFBs, I think no issues. So 96 doing very, very well so far. Again, our arch nemesis ZOMGs, which we can absolutely not pull. They're becoming beefier by the second, so let's do the same thing. Let's move this totem here on the right side. Let's try and suck in these mob class balloons, or I should say the blue mobs. They're coming out. So ZOMGs, a lot of them on the top side. We need the totem to get activated. Some ceramics making it on the other side. Oh, this is actually getting really close. Please just don't disappear with the aura. Quincy at the back saving the day. We did actually leak. I don't like that. We actually leaked, which means the 98 is gonna go through unless we buy the final harmonic. We're gonna try it without it. That is given we pop these guys. So let's use Quincy's level 10 ability. We just need to pop them. Oh my god, just get them to mobs and they're probably gonna get sucked in. Oh, it's not looking like it. Let me use Quincy's level 3. We popped the first one, but we're gonna need to do something about the second one, because the second one is just not popping, it seems like. Alright, so how about we try this? Let me buy this guy. I want to buy an assassin. I want to set this guy to strong. The only thing that I'm looking for is just like a tiny bit of extra ZOMG damage. That is just enough to help us beat this round, but like not alter the outcome on like 98, 99, and 100. So let's see how much of a difference this is going to make. We used one ability in the first one, and then this one should pop kind of soonish. Yeah, there we go. Wish we were able to pull in BFBs, because basically these guys would have been inside, but there we go. We deal with the first one as long as we don't need too many balloons. We need to use Quincy's level 3. And now this one. Okay, I'm gonna need the totem to no, wish we could have pulled BFB, guys. If we would have been able to pull these guys, then this round is over. And we're getting the pop onto some of them, but not all. A couple of them leak. Okay, this might be doable then. I'm gonna use Quincy's level 10. Yeah, there we go. That was so close. And we do have the money for the final harmonic, but let's try 98 without buying it. Let's not click any buttons. Well, actually, it's only the mob assassin one that we have, and let's see how we're gonna do on this one. How are we doing? The ZOMGs have gotten popped. I see a lot of balloons spinning around. This is the thing that this tower actually does good still. We are actually gonna beat 98. That is ridiculous. It's stalling so many balloons and it's triggering the DOT that is just freeing up everything. It's freeing up the pierce. It's doing a lot of damage. And look at this guy, Symphonic Resonance. Come on. That was actually so. I'm gonna be honest, I expected us to lose on 98. I have no idea how we survived 98, but it seems like the DOT was enough. Oh, some DDTs, they actually defend 99 as well. Do we buy the final harmonic around 100, by the way? If we buy this guy, the proc of the DOT is going to be super fast. Like, this bat is going to disappear in a second. Look at this thing. Just take a look at how fast this guy is going to go. Thanks to this. Thanks to the DOT getting procced. It's like he's been attacked by like a Bez or something. Oh my god, that was so fast. Oh, we still miss a couple of DDTs though. Oh, let's try and use Quincy's level 10. It saves us. And we're pulling in the ZOMGs. And look at this DOT activation. It's such a good combo still, but come on. You guys know what? It's a hard fall off from S tier to C tier, but honestly, I'm not even disappointed from this Symphonic Resonance as much. If anything, I feel like it's probably reasonable where this thing is at, but the final harmonic still slaps. So that's it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.